Hey everybody, hey, it's Montel once again. I know you can't see my face, but there's a reason for it. What I have in front of me are two passes from previous San Diego Comic Cons. This is a really big deal. Now you're wondering why I'm holding these up? Well, I'm glad you asked. Good to have you guys back. The reason why I'm want to write these, I was holding these up is because I was trying to figure out what I could talk about. I was trying to figure out what will be my next subject. And of course, I'm going to go back to the store. Don't worry. I haven't forgot about that. I got a lot of stuff lined up. But the one thing I want to talk about is what I saw in the news today. San Diego Comic Con International has decided that instead of offering their 4-day badges along with their single day badges, they're going to offer no more 4 days. They're going to go to single day events. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and preview night, which is on Wednesday. So if you're really interested in going to this is kind of a double-edged sword. Now, for those of you who don't know what San Diego Comic-Con is, it is the biggest pop culture event that happens in the United States annually. It happens in July, usually the middle or to the end of July. It's known worldwide. If you mention Comic-Con, even people who have never heard of it before will tell you they've seen it on news, they've seen it on cable, they've seen it in magazines, they're here talked about all over the place. And it's become a household name just about. People like me who are certified comic/game geeks and stuff like that, we enjoy events like this because this gives us an opportunity to meet the creators of comics and the writers and the artists and maybe come across a celebrity or two. Now this started about some years ago, a little over 40 years ago, back in 1960. And an awesome group of guys got together and said, hey, can't we get together and have something that commemorates talking about comics, and we can get the guys from the industry, and said, yeah, that's great, let's do it. All right, let's do it. So they did it, started in a hotel, and over the years it has become a mecca, a place, a cathedral, if you will, for lack of a better word, for comic fans, comic artists, comic writers, to come together, discuss different things, to talk about their favorite characters, different ideas, and just to say, you know what, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I read this every week or every other week or every month, and it's going on from there. Now, it has expanded over the years, as I said before, to an event where it's not just comics anymore. It's gaming, it's pop culture, it's TV shows, it's movies, it's everything that encompasses being a geek. And a lot of it, believe it or not, and people still think this isn't true, it focuses on comics. As you can tell from my room, I have posters. I am still a comic fan. I will always be a comic fan. You can even tell Batman that, see? He knows. That's why he's hung up. He's on punishment. I'll tell you about that later. What I wanted to talk about, and a lot of people may not understand this, is how much of an impact this has. For years, it has been, up until a certain point, it was easy to go to the convention, go up to the convention center, buy either a 1-day pass or 2 single 3-day passes, or get a 4-day badge and cover the entire time, which was a big deal. Once you have this, and you can get in, it means you can get into the panels, you can get into the exhibit hall, you can get into Hall H, you can go to all the different events that this badge will get you into. But up until 2000, my estimation about 2008, it started becoming a little bit more, because now the movie studios and the TV studios are all starting to become aware of how much of an eye-opening place this can be. This is a place to market their new shows and to put their movies on a dog and pony show, which it works out great for them. It also worked out great for us because we got a chance to say, hey, how you doing? Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. Same here. We got to chit chat and talk and everything. And as a result of that, the convention has grown. I've seen videos of people talk about how popular culture and geek culture has grown. This has been one of the mainstays that has grown with it. People are realizing that this is an amazing place to go. So, with that being said, buying a pass kind of made you feel like royalty. You're there. You can say, hey, I'm going to the Comic-Con. Your friends will be like, oh, I want to go. I've been wanting to go. And up until a certain point, it was easy to get a pass. As of late, it has become really tough to get a pass. It literally turns into a lottery. The first thing you do is you create a member's ID at comic-con.org. Okay? Once you do that, then that makes you eligible to get the emails telling you that they're going to put the badges on sale on a certain day at a certain time. At that point, you're sitting in front of your computer. When that time happens, a virtual lobby opens up. You try to get in. Keyword is try. Try to get in to be able to purchase a badge. Now, it became a lottery because you don't know what place in line you have. You don't know how many badges have been purchased, and you don't know if you still have a chance. You know that you get to a certain spot, there's still a good shot. But the past times that they did this, the servers that they were using crashed because so many people were converging on it. The first year they did this, the servers crashed twice. And they had to find another way of doing this. And then it worked out somewhat. You still had people that were really salty about it, about the way the system was set up. They picked up a new service a few years back. The service had a hard time adapting to the volume of people trying to get in there. So every year, Comic-Con International, God bless them. I love these guys. They are a non-profit organization. They aren't trying to make money. They're trying to make sure that the con is still available, and they're trying to make sure that any funds that are incurred from the previous year, they go to the next year's convention. They don't make this to make money. They do this so they can have something for us. And we love you guys. If someone's watching San Diego Comic-Con or Comic-Con International, I love you. Thank you so much. Anyway, so they've been trying to make it easier for not just people like me, but for regular folks who want to come in and see, hey, I want to see what the big deal is. So they've tried to space it out. They try to do early registration if you're at the convention. They've tried to only offer a certain number of badges. They've done a lot of things. So this year they're trying something different, which I can see the good and I can see the bad. They're offering no more 4-day badges. You could have a 4-day badge with or without preview night. And preview night was a big deal. For 3 hours, the exhibit hall was open and you had first access to everything that was going to be there. You got an idea what was going to be on the floor. You knew what was going to be sold. You knew what the displays were. You knew where your favorite actors and writers and everything. And you could just pick up what you needed, and which was great. But it got to be a little bit tough. Let's face it. Last year felt like a cattle stampede. If you didn't get there in line, and you were in line and you got in there, you were going to get pelted because you had a lot of people who really didn't care. They weren't being courteous. They were so concerned about making sure they got in line that it became weird. And this is not what Comic-Con is all about. So now they're offering single day badges. So if you want to go to preview night, you can't pay for that. If you want to go to Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's just great because you don't have to pick up a whole 4-day badge if you only want to be there on a Saturday or Thursday or Friday or Sunday. But I see the disadvantage of that because there are people who are now putting their hands in a lottery. They are spending thousands of dollars for hotels and travel. And I'm not talking about in the continental United States. I'm talking people who come from Australia, Europe, Japan, China, Russia, South America, UK, North Atlantic, you name it. They come from all over for this. So now it turns into, okay, do I really want to do this? Because it's still a lottery though. There's no guarantee that you're going to get a badge. It offers more opportunities for people to pick up a badge. But at the same time, it's still a dice shoot. You know, you don't know what you're going to get. I love San Diego Comic-Con. I loved it since I was enlisted. I went for the first time when I was in 2006, and I got to go to San Diego. I was stationed there, and it was amazing. I got to meet Sergeant Slaughter, and I got the picture of him with him and everything. It was really cool, and I got to meet people that I've read their stuff for years, and I got autographs, and I got sketches and everything, and the magic is still there. But the problem is, and I feel for San Diego, for Comic-Con International, I feel for them because they're trying to find an easier way to make it easy access-wise. And unfortunately, as long as Comic-Con is popular, it's going to be tough. Now, San Diego did approve of a $520 million expansion of the Bayfront and of the convention center. That happens over the next few years. It's going to be amazing. They're going to offer, I think it was 500,000 square feet more, which is going to be fantastic for the city and for any other events coming besides Comic-Con. But until then, it's still something to try to figure out. Now, those of you who've read stories in the past, you know that there are other cities trying to vie for San Diego Comic-Con. News to you guys, I'm sorry. You may offer a little bit more, but San Diego has more of a less of a rush. It's even more relaxing, a lot more chill than the other places. Nothing against Las Vegas, nothing against LA. Nothing against you guys at all. But it wouldn't be the same if San Diego Comic-Con wasn't in San Diego. Okay? That's just my opinion. So honestly, I'd like to see how this turns out. I'd like to see people have that opportunity to get these badges and see people make it to the convention, and be able to get one of these bad boys, because I'm telling you, these are the greatest things when you can display them. I have them on my desk at work. I took these two. Yeah, I took them hostage just to prove a point. Please, if you are looking to attend, create a member's ID. Go to the website, create a member's ID, and just be patient. Okay? Those of you who are veterans of this, I offer you this. Take your experience. Take any advice that you may have and put it out there to the people who have never been to the con before. I'm going to do a video later of some do's and don'ts for San Diego Comic-Con, but I'm going to wait a little bit on that. But as far as this goes, I applaud them for trying to do something different. Only thing we do now is wait and see. Okay? Thank you guys for checking me out. I appreciate you coming in. It's not as long, thank God. But I wanted to say, hey, please keep tuning in with me. I'm going to have more stuff for you. And as always, every day is another day in paradise. You take care, and I'll see you later.